What is up, guys? Waggy2709 here, and I am back with the 5th installment of the Assassin's Creed, the official collection magazine. This one is a bit different. It's not about an actual assassin as such, it is about one of your first enemies, Cesare Borgia. So I will open this up and we'll get straight into it. So as always, guys, we will start off with the magazine. Like I said, it was about Cesare Borgia. On the front here, it just says, "The Making of a Monster, a story of greed and manipulation and murder. Friends and foes defending and defying Cesare Borgia. And built to kill Leonardo da Vinci's war machines." I'm just going to say this now. I know I am pronouncing his name wrong. It's probably not Cesare Borgia. That's what I'm going with. I apologise deeply if I offend anyone with my poor pronunciations. So on the first page, we say inside the issue, your Cesare Borgia figurine, character profile, friends and enemies, fights and feuds, environments, weaponry and equipment. Onto your figurine part, talking about how he's part of the noble family, which indicates his wealth and high rank. Master manipulator, which is just saying how he was genius at manipulation, clever exploiting people who believed they were using Caesar to further their own ends. And skilled swordsman, saying Caesar was a brilliant swordsman, able to hold his own against Ezio Auditore di Firenze. There we go, several times. He was also proficient in using a wheel-lock pistol and crossbow, and adapted at wielding a dagger as well. And then this is a little bit of background on him. Now, saying he was the son of Rodrigo Borgia, better known as Pope Alexander VI, the Grand Master of the Italian Rite of the Templar Order. Obviously, he was a Templar. And yeah, it's a little general background on him. Pursuit of power. Ruthless from an early age, Cesare Borgia took advantage of his family's standing to rise up the ranks and become one of Italy's most feared and formidable rulers. Guessing game. Caesar's success as military leader is partially attributable to the fact that his actions were unpredictable and his motivations unreadable by his enemies. Merciless tactician, part of Caesar's brilliance as a general was his cunning use of allies and associates. To conquer the city of Urbino, he had the Pope request the loan of Urbino's artillery for use in another region. Once Urbino had sent the requested artillery, it was defenseless, and Caesar seized the city without challenge. Onto the friends and enemies bit. Uneasy allies. Rodrigo Borgia, obviously, being his father, the Pope. Lucrezia Borgia, which was the daughter of Rodrigo, which obviously his sister, well, half-sister, as it says. Just going on the background of him and their relationship. And Micheletto Corella, which is saying he's a native of Valencia, Spain. Micheletto grew up with Caesar, serving as a protector for the slightly younger man. Micheletto sees his right-hand man throughout his ruthless career, working as his chief assassin and enforcer. He arranged Caesar's escape from imprisonment in Aragon in 1506 and fled with him to Valencia, where they began to assemble a new force. However, they were attacked and scattered by Ezio Auditore and Niccolo Machiavelli, and Caesar's encampment and ship were destroyed. Caesar blamed Micheletto for his defeat and killed him before fleeing to Navarre. Showing obviously he had no allies whatsoever. Again, friends and enemies, standing defiance. Ezio Auditore, fairly straightforward, obviously he was completely against him. Leonardo da Vinci, inventor, sculptor, painter and architect. Leonardo da Vinci was one of the greatest minds of the Renaissance, close friend of Ezio Auditore di Firenze, an assassin ally. In late 1499, da Vinci was forced by Cesare Borgia to design weapons and war machines for the Papal army. Giovanni Borgia, Caesar's nephew Giovanni was taken from Lucrezia, half-sister, and raised as Caesar's own son. Giovanni had a sensitivity to pieces of Eden and could converse with an entity he called Consus, a legacy from being wrapped in the children of Eden after being born severely deformed and unlikely to survive. Healed by the shrewd Giovanni was a sensitive child who withdrew from the aggressive man who served as his father, who sought to harden the boy by treating him harshly. Although Giovanni had little impact on Caesar during his life, he would go on to be a notable assassin, doing valuable research on the pieces of Eden. And then Pope Julius II, the elected successor to Rodrigo. Julius II was an enemy of the Borgias. By his order, Caesar was arrested and imprisoned and his lands confiscated. Both Julius and his successor, Leo X, supported the assassin cause. Julius appointed Ezio Auditore as one of his councillors. Continue with friends and feuds. A history of violence. Cesare Borgia's relentless pursuit of power saw him eliminating anyone who dared stand in his way, including his own father. Siege of Montegrino. In retribution for Rodrigo Borgia's defeat by Ezio at the Vatican Vault and the loss of the Apple of Eden to the assassins, Caesar led forces to attack Montegrino in January of 1500. The attack resulted in the public execution of Mario Auditore, Brotherhood, and the triumph of Eden. Siege of Vienna. After his escape from Ezio's attack at Valencia, Cesare Borgia allied himself with his brother-in-law, King John III of Navarre. In March of 1507, John III sent Caesar to lead 10,000 men to retake Vienna, casting its small fortified town in Navarre, northern Spain. Louis de Beaumont, after Caesar's death, the siege ended with a Navarrese defeat. The army withdrew, unable to maintain the siege. Talking about environments, divide and conquer. Talking about Rome, the Vatican City, Valencia, Navarre, and Papal States, which was the different environments he was involved in. Equipment machines of the tank. The tank was a mobile cannon platform with wooden armour that could shoot in several directions. It was the most powerful of the 4 war machines designed by Leonardo and the centrepiece of the Borgia's army. The naval cannon. A modified gondola that carried a gun that launched fireballs. The naval cannon was notable for its speed and small size. Despite its dimensions, the cannon were powerful enough to damage and destroy even large ships. The war machine required 2 people to operate, and 1 to row and the other man to cannon. The Chariot machine gun. A rapid-fire cannon mounted on a horse-drawn chariot. This powerful machine was designed for chasers. It also ideal for use in surprise attacks on account of its fast firing and mobility. And then finally, the bomber, a redesigned flying machine that Leonardo had previously created for Ezio. The bomber added an incendiary cannon atop the wings. This cannon allowed the user to both attack and to create the fires required to produce the hot air necessary to lift the bomber back up in the air. And episode 6 is a quick look at Rotten figurine. And now we'll have a quick look at the figurine itself. And we're back with the figurine of Cesare. And I'll just quickly unbox you guys. Probably should take the sellotape off before I actually do this, but you know. There we go. Put that there. Flip that over. Pop that off. Pop that out. And here is the figurine for you guys. Cave's done very well. It's nice and grasped. Tell his armour, his hair, even his little beard. All done to a high quality. And that's it for the figurine, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. The next episode will be in the next few days. If you want to give us a like, that'd be much appreciated. Like, comment, or share. Social media links are in the description as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.